Hey, I want to make this video for the next generation. Not my generation. What's after me? I don't know. I think it's like Gen X. I think. Um, and for the babies even, because I think as parents, for me at least, and from a dream I had recently, it was a dream I had recently, and the Lord was speaking to me in it. It's just so many people, the older generation, and just the older generation are for sure, I believe, sometimes, and the generation after the old, and I'm talking about like our parents, our grandparents, and the ones after them. What's that? Millennial or something? I don't know. They most definitely didn't realize that out of their mouth they may have said you're a blessing, but their heart, you could hear their heart through how they spoke to you. And their heart said burden, or their heart said trial, or their heart said, you know how in the Bible a lot of the women name their children like sorrow or something. Like I think Rachel, before Jacob changed his name to Benjamin, she had like Benoni or something like that. And it meant like she was going through like a trying moment or season or something like that. And Jacob changed his name to Benjamin. Well, Israel changed his name to Benjamin, and it was something better than what they had named, than what Rachel had named him. And it's like that. It's like, not the naming. It's literally when you speak to your children, they can hear some of them. But I think if they're littles, they for sure can hear the true intents of your heart behind your "I love you," or "You're not a burden to me, you're a blessing." Because the intent behind our words, we may think is coming from a pure place, and we actually do mean what we're saying, but our hearts are speaking something opposite. And it may be because of like life. For me, when I had my son, I got like congratulations from some people, but I got I got congratulations from a nice handful of people. And I even got thrown a baby shower, a surprise baby shower by my church. I think they could see the shame upon me with having a baby outside of wedlock. They could see the shame that I felt upon me, and the regret and all of those things that I felt. And I didn't even know it, but they had threw me a surprise baby shower. And I remember walking in, they're telling me surprise, and I just bawled, because that was a sign of God's love to me, that that even though this was something that took place, outside of wedlock, and even outside of God's will, for me to have a baby outside of wedlock at least, um, God still, what the enemy meant for evil, God turns for good, and God truly does work all things together for my good, or for our good, for the good of those that love him and are called according to his purposes. And so I got to see that those scriptures come to life through the people. I got to see God's love, because I didn't feel it. I felt like from certain people in my family that just would tell me how hard life was going to be, and how challenging it was going to be, and no one, I didn't feel the happiness. And so for a while, or I didn't feel the joy that you're supposed to have with bringing in a new life, or any of that. And for a while, after my son was born and everything, and probably up until really this year, I felt I didn't see my son as a blessing. I saw him as a burden, because that's what I felt. That everyone was telling me. It wasn't like my life ended, but it was like everyone was saying that. And so I just want to speak into the next generation. My son is that generation that's growing up, and that generation they are like coming out the womb with the intelligence of like I, Einstein, man. Like their intelligence is amazing, and so many of them, you hear so many different things like, oh, they have this and oh, they have that, and I'm telling you, like, just take that child to the Lord, because that child is gifted. These children that these children that are coming up are gifted, and I'm learning to, not necessarily raise my son how I was raised, but like some things, like he doesn't get a lot of screen time. He has to go outside and play, like those type of things that I'm learning. I'm trying to still implement while also going to the Holy Spirit on, okay, you blessed me with this beautiful gift who is my son. How do I raise him? Because he's yours first, and you just sent him down the earth for me to steward over. Blessed be to the Lord that you trusted me with that huge, huge, huge task. But I trust that you're going to lead me. And so, who have you called him to be? How can I cultivate that gift with you? I don't want to control him. I just want to, and I'm learning not to control him. As far as like, not his personality. Like, I've realized that a lot of his personality, like the moments he just want to go crazy and dance, I'm like, bro, like, we're out in the open, like, can you chill? And there are moments that I'm just like, and the Lord's just like, no, how about you chill? Like, you be the one that chill and let him just be. He's not bothering nobody. You feel that he's embarrassing, but he's just being who he is. And the thing is that I had to realize is that for me, at least, I never had that chance, that opportunity to just be me and who I was and show forth in the world. It felt like it got tamed and controlled and like put in a box, or at least like locked away, though. Like, I don't know. And so it felt like I never got a chance to experience that. And so now through my son, glory be to God, I take moments with him and we go and we do things like, I don't know, whatever. Like, I didn't even know. I was like, we were at Sky Zone and he wanted to jump off something onto the bottom of something else. And it was high up to me. And I didn't realize that it was high up because I used to ride like roller coasters and stuff like that. So I'm like, whatever. And I got up there and I was like, if this 4-year-old just did it, 'cause my son's 4, why can't I jump off? So I just jumped off. And it's just those moments that I'm getting back to that little kid. And the Bible talks about if anyone wants to be the greatest in the kingdom, and I'm not doing this to be the greatest, I'm doing this to unlock the kid on the inside of me. But the Lord said, if anyone wants to be the greatest in the kingdom, you must first become like a little child again. And a little child, my son asked me why so many times. And I'd be like, we can ask God, like, God, why is that? When God says something, we should be like, what you mean by that? Because my son would be like, what do you mean, Mommy? I don't understand. And he'd be like, I don't know what that means. Or I don't know how to say that. And so I'm learning from my son how to walk with the Lord in more of a childlike state. Like, God, why is that? God, what's going on here? God, I don't know what that means. Or like, and just waiting on his response, but also not putting in my head what I already think, because my son has that. I told you this generation is very smart, and sometimes he be right. I can admit sometimes my son, he be saying like the answer to whatever it is that he just asked me about. As I'm trying to give him the answer, he'll be like, yeah, and da da da, and I'll be like, son, you're not listening. And then next thing I just get quiet, and I'm like, actually, what you just said is correct. You're right. That is why. And so, just wanted to speak to the next generation to tell you that we love you. You're not a burden, you're a blessing. And that's coming from someone that first did not see her child as such. And now I get a chance to do it. You're loved, and I pray that God's overwhelming love, consuming love, overwhelms you so much that all the pain, hurt, whatever, rejection that you feel, it just has no choice but to flee. And I know sometimes we want it from our parents. And I think we have to realize that our parents can't give us those things because maybe they didn't get it. And it's not their fault. Um, we just have to allow the Lord to bring us to other people, or allow the Lord to cultivate that in us for other people, because sometimes the Lord will do that. He will give you a mothering spirit for someone who's never been who's never truly had a mother. He'll give you that fathering spirit for someone who feels abandoned by their father. And so I just want to tell you that we love you. Not to cry. We see you, that you're not a burden. And I apologize on behalf of your parents for every time that we spoke to you and we said, I love you, but it was actually hatred or anger or resentment, bitterness on our tongues towards you, and not genuine and true love. I want to apologize to you because we could not accept God's love fully. And now, hopefully, some of us are. And we're able to allow it to overwhelm us so much that we have no choice but to pour it out on you. And I hope and pray that you can forgive us for what we have done, whether in ignorance or knowing. And I know that sucks, because it's like, how can I forgive somebody that knows that they hurt me? You have to. You have to. You got to. I don't even know how Jesus sat there, washed Judas's feet, let him kiss him, still talk to him and commune with him, ate and broke bread with him, knowing what Judas was going to do. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm understanding. He's teaching us to love our enemies, even those in close proximity. That should show us, right? And so he also shows us to love our mothers and our fathers and those in our family if we have to, from a distance as well. He shows us that. And so I just want to tell you that you're not a burden, that we love you, and that God has and is raising up people that he's going to bring to you, that are going to see you and see all that you are and pour into all that you are. And I'm praying that at the right time, the Lord will surely make it happen, and you'll meet and not dismiss mothers, spiritual mothers and fathers, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, leaders, whoever, that can just consume you with God's overwhelming love, to the point to where all evil, they will literally love the hell up out of you. The evil, the hurt, the pain, all those things, they'll love it up out of you because they carry the Father's heart towards you. And I know it can be hard right now because everybody else around you is opposite, and they're saying one thing, but their their true intentions you hear, or their actions show another. And I just want to tell you that there are people that God is raising up that are getting pure hearts, and they're obtaining the heart of the Father for you. And God is going to use them to help you, train you, love you, mostly than anything, disciple you, walk through life with you. I love you. Have a good day.